Hello everyone, my name is Jimmy Roberts. I'm here at Fond du Lac Library to talk about a book that I really enjoyed reading called Ready Player 2. Right here I have the audiobook. The audiobook, in addition to the hardback book, is fantastic. It's read by Will Wheaton, and you can check that out at the library here. This is the sequel to one of my favorite books that I've read in the last 10 years or so, Ready Player 1. They also made a movie about it in 2018. The movie and the book are very different, so in order to really understand this book, there is a bit of a recap. You could jump into it, but it's recommended that you should read the first book before you delve into this one. If you have read the first book, you'll know that it's definitely a science fiction book. This book kind of doubles down on that. It's much more in the science fiction genre than the other one. It's also age appropriate for teens to adults. There's some content that probably wouldn't be appropriate for kids. But as far as the story goes, all the cast is back. Everyone who was in the first book is in this book. It's a lot of fun. It's very accessible to anybody who is interested in the pop culture 80s references that the first one had. I think just as kind of a note, if you really liked that about the first book, you'll probably like that even more so about this one, depending on which of the pop culture references you found to be the most interesting. Some of them in the first book are really what you would kind of call like in-depth. They're kind of hardcore underground references that people didn't really know. I found the references in this one to be a lot more, I don't know, accessible to a lot of different people, a lot of, without giving anything away, a lot of movies that more people have seen and things like that. I'll also say the first book they're very similar. I'll say that. Their plot structures have a lot in common. This book takes place immediately within minutes after the first book, and then there's some time and then other things happen. But this book is very fast paced, much faster than the other. The action is just nonstop, one thing after the other. The stakes are also higher. The first one dealt with virtual reality in a way that's almost come to pass now in real life that wasn't true when the book came out. Virtual reality is much more prevalent than it was at the time. This takes virtual reality to a new level and also deals with other aspects of virtual reality and artificial intelligence in a way that the first book doesn't, which is why I would say it's more sci-fi than the first one is. It really delves into the technology and the implications that that has on people and the world. That said, it's still a lot of fun, despite the fact that it's very fast-paced. It's a little bit, the stakes are much higher, so it's more serious than the first one is. The entire population of the planet is affected by the plot of this book. Also, it's interesting to see the characters are in a much different place than they were after the first book. I don't want to give too many spoilers away on the first book, but yeah, it's still a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I think if you enjoyed the first one, I certainly think you would enjoy the second one. They go really well together. It kind of is almost a complete package, reading them both back to back. But with that, I hope you check it out from Fond du Lac Library. You can call or go online and put it on hold. They have the hardback, large print, and audiobook all available for you to put on hold or check out. So I would encourage you to do that. I think it would be a lot of fun. So thank you.